it's BeatyBean making it work.
The Council of 13 will decide your fate. Popping in right now. Wario going up against Roy right here. My first thought about this matchup is that Wario's got some of the better airspeed in this game, but if you know how to properly use a disjoint, you can at least face yourself properly to the point where that is not necessarily going to matter. These are some of my favorite matchups in this game to look at when you have characters who aren't really known for their disjoints but have amazing airspeed and attack power like Wario, going up against disjoints in general, which are favorably amazing in this game.
The funny thing about Roy is that they don't play like a disjoint. They play as if they are. They play as if they are a rushdown character because they are, with that little bit of extra. But Wario, man, the fact that Wario can consistently go for deeper edge guards against the exploitable but tough to break through of armor of the Flare Blade, it becomes almost like a 50-50 of who is going to approach first. Hello, that pivot grab.
Oh, man. Recognizing those situations off stage where you can force your advantage like that and go for the crazy stuff that you know that so many lower level players would not have the know-how or necessarily cojones to do. That's part of the makings of what makes you a high-level PR player like BeatyBean, and also knowing what situations to not go for it right there with the slap below the ledge, already securing the second stock in this match before I could even finish my sentence.
And it's finishing his food. BeatyBean has played against plenty of Roy, and plenty of good Roy too, having a game off of Cola back at LMBM. So they know the fact that Roy has insane airspeed, and he did not want to let Bronze come back for free, thinking that Bronze was already vanquished.
Trying to make him settle for Bronze with the way that BeatyBean is playing right now. My God, still heavily on his first stock right here. Wario's got that air drift of a madman, but he's also got the weight of a Bowser. Oh. And also the kill power of 1-2.
That's a rough one, too, because Bronze got hit with such an ambiguous spot after seeing BeatyBean double jump to get that waft. He wasn't sure if he got hit by the strong part of Waft or the rising hitbox of Wario, but as we see in the cam, he got hit by Wario, which cost up his DI and turned it into an absolute stock.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there, man. Having those cross-ups around like those kill setups and kill setups and kill confirms is absolutely massive. Not even that BeatyBean needed that too much there. He was already up 2 whole stocks, plenty to work with that time around. Question is, and I was not paying attention to the stage counter pick, it is Town and City is where he was going to go. A relatively interesting pick right here. Namely, one of the first things that comes to mind is he's going to have a lot more space to work with, as well as he's going to survive off the top a little bit longer. But with the way that you get sent by the angles of that waft, sometimes that's not going to matter against those horizontal blast zones, right, Ubel?
Yeah, you'll be perishing a whole lot earlier, but what Roy loves about this stage, of which when I mention to Roy players, they will consistently say Town and City is one of, if not their best stages. It gives you the room to utilize Roy's blazing speed, but those side blast zones, since Roy consistently kills with things like forward tilt and back air, you're not worried as well as and setups into those moves like off of jab and down tilt. You're consistently finding ways to kill off the side first, and that's what you can abuse on top of that tall ceiling, preventing you from exploding off of things like up smashes out of shield.
I absolutely, as that back air takes the stock, I absolutely adored that aggressive setup from BeatyBean right there with the bike on the level. He jumped off of it or got hit out of it, launched it directly up above him, waited just a second to see what Bronze was going to do, and then decided no matter what happens here, I'm going to pop an up smash as that forward air is going to take the stock, because even if this up smash whiffs and he tries to punish me for it, that bike's on the way down as like a little bit of a security blanket to sort of hold his way back down on the way. And now we got a whole second Wario combo this time. Definitely not going to kill at that low percent, but I think BeatyBean might have just wanted the damage.
And I can respect that too, especially since he was trying to go for the follow-up edge guard with that Wario downer, which is usually so good at two-framing, just missing on Bronze there. Okay, very tense situation.
Take that!
Yeah, if BeatyBean reacted to that properly, that was a down-angled F tilt, and that's a stock. I don't know, he wrapped it up.
The greatest punish I've ever seen. Oh my God!
Bike
Wiggity swerving underneath Town and City right here. This is a big stage to be doing that too, but Wario with the air drift of a madman, as well as with that crazy high jump that he gets off the bike, showing that he can do that on this or potentially even some many other stages for sure. BeatyBean absolutely feeling himself right now. Oh, you see these wave? No, you see the wavelands. The wavelands.
That was good. That was good.
He's feeling himself.
Yeah. BeatyBean was like a mechanic in another life. when you see him pull out the bike, which he hasn't been doing often this set, but his knowledge of Wario's bike is one of the best of any Wario I've seen. But here we see Bronze starting to make a little bit of a comeback at the start here. 77, and the bike gets BeatyBean back into center. Going to use that as the item, throws it up with the up B.
Kind of just mashing in the face of the bike right there. Like, he recognized to turn off the aggression with the aerials in a little bit, but then he didn't really turn off. Like, he was started to commit pretty hard with those forward smashes and stuff like that, especially with the bike around him. So that it's like he didn't know to turn off the aggression. He just sort of switched it to something else with some pretty laggy stuff. Like, but BeatyBean hasn't really been punishing that because he hasn't really had to. He's just been playing at advantage just this whole time. Bike's on the level right here, just holding that right in the face. Gonna create another shield for him right below him.
Yep.
He was holding in way too much, Bronze. He was just holding in against that bike.
It's a tough spot to be in, right? Because you see BeatyBean holding the bike, and what BeatyBean wants to do is, hi Kyle, what BeatyBean wants to do when he has the...
Ignore that guy, whatever he said. Oh,
No,
man. We got some we got degenerates. Ignore them.
They're flying around here. They're buzzing. They're buzzing.
Yeah, real non-degenerates bring brownies. All right. What were you saying, Ubel?
It's the hilarity of Wario's ledge trapping when they have bike in hand, and what BeatyBean does so well is by throwing the bike up, and knowing that it will fall exactly where he threw it, he has the ability to use it as a late ledge trap hitbox extension, as well as an early ledge trap jump in block. And what Bronze did when he jumped from ledge but drifted back, forced basically one option: regrab against a Wario that's standing at ledge ready to punish him for it, or come down with a forward air.
That's such a rough spot because, like, what is he? It's kind of got a little bit of the DDD effect in which, like, one thing that you may want to do is just literally stand by the ledge. There might be some split seconds in between where every option is covered, but then you'll get slapped. You know what I mean? Then you'll get slapped. And, like, you can't do that either because he's got that below the ledge. That's a pretty good top-tier tool right there. Yeah, man. But especially when you're a character, like, you doesn't have to what am I trying to say here, man? I wasn't going to say the best drift. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Especially when you're a character with no projectiles, it's just like getting out of that position is just a rough spot to be in. It's one of those things that separates like a top-tier character from like a mid-tier one in Wario because you get trapped by the ledge. What's up? Oh, wow. I don't need these because I'm commentating. They're hand warmers, but
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sensei.
I'll get them for I got for the friendlies that I'll get later. Could you have one of these for my throat?
This is real fusion vibes.
Yep. Oh my god. I keep losing my train of thought because
But that is the magic of locals, everybody. Welcome to Fusion. Welcome to the real peak Fusion vibes, because we're getting players. We're getting absolute degens, of which every player in New Jersey is. Walk up and just talk to us while we're trying to be professionals, entertaining you, the audience. Hello, by the way.
What I was gonna say was that it's one of those situations that you need to focus all your energy on and just not being in the first place, as opposed to getting your way out of. Like, once